So the advice I would give to my younger self is not to worry so much, to stress much less, to weather speed bumps, to take a chance, encourage myself to make hard choices, and to enjoy the process, and to take time to treasure and pat yourself on the back when you have or make key discoveries. And to also relish the time with your family, your husband, your children, and try to find a good balance between work and family. And, it's not a rehearsal. The journey is the point, isn't it? As an MD PhD student at New York University School of Medicine at the time, I was very privileged to work with some of the major immunologists of their time. And so that captured my attention, and I wanted very much to stay working as an immunologist. And so when I finished my training, medical training at the Brigham Women's Hospital, I chose to come back to New York to work at Rockefeller University and Cornell University as a rheumatologist, but also as a postdoctoral fellow. And it was very serendipitous, but I ended up in Dr. Ralph Steinman's lab at Rockefeller. And Ralph had been instrumental, along with Dr. Zanvil Cohen, in discovering a seminal cell called the dendritic cell, which is key for antigen presentation, and in the mouse originally. And while I wasn't originally intending to work in his lab, because my prior mentor had left, he encouraged me to go look at this lab. And so I went and I started learning about dendritic cells, and that captured my imagination, and it's been actually that way ever since. And really was a privilege to work with him, because we were at that time, late 80s, early 90s, really dealing with fundamental discoveries about the cell subtypes, its properties, and what it does. And so the field was really exploding, and I was so happy to be part of that. And we went on to, in the lab, make a number of wonderful discoveries, including the concept of cross presentation. And it was during that time that I met others in the field, key leaders in immunology, in viral immunology and cancer immunology, who encouraged me to also expand into those areas. And so I did. And cancer immunology and I was just starting to take off. So once again, I was at part of a field that was just sort of newly emerging. So again, very exciting and privileged to be part of that. And lucky enough to have two additional mentors who were really fantastic. Drs. Stephen Birkoff and Dr. Lloyd Old, who themselves pioneers in cancer immunology. And they spent a lot of time encouraging me to work in the field, getting me positions, faculty positions, and at both NYU and at Mount Sinai, and encouraging me to take a chance on developing or contributing to the field of cancer vaccines, including cancer immunology, obviously. But I think as their encouragement and their support, and really conviction in the field, and then in myself, that really I think pushed me to take even greater chances and make bigger decisions than I think I would have done on my own. So I think altogether, having this opportunity to really work with the finest minds in the field, to be so supported and encouraged, is really a huge privilege. It's incredibly humbling, and I'm very grateful to SITC for honoring the work that we've done, especially when I see who I'm sharing this award with, my colleague, Dr. Mary Murad, especially. And it's also wonderful to see a number of women receiving this award. And I'm very honored that it's coming from SITC. I've been a SITC member for so many years, and when really it was in its infancy, and I was encouraged to to join at that time. SITC was held in Washington, and we probably had only a few hundred attendees. And as the field has grown and SITC has taken on larger and larger roles, both in terms of education and funding research and being a venue for sharing new immuno-oncology discoveries, it's means a lot to be recognized by such an amazing society. So I'm very proud of it and very honored.